taken the aircon belt off. Noise is still there, so it ain't that. Got the auxiliary belt out now. The only thing that sounds or feels a bit funny is the idler, which sounds a bit rough, but I wouldn't have thought it would cause that resonance. Don't know whether you can hear that. Sounds like a bit of a dry bearing, but anyway, to tell. And I can't run it long because obviously take the belt off what I think is the water pump as well. But start it up again. But you know it doesn't do it. Making progress. This, where is it? That one. It's just like an idler pulley, but it's loose, or the bearing is gone. When you spin it, it doesn't sound bad, but I'm sure it also has that kind of metallic ring to it, so maybe that's what's giving me that hum. The actual tensioner, the lower idler, is fine, but the one up there that you actually put your spanner on to release the slack on the aux belt is gone as well. So I'm going to go and see how much these parts are and see if I can get them delivered today, because I need this car back and working because it's my daily. Right, the fun continues. I went inside and looked up how much some of this stuff cost. From Euro Car Parts, to get the idler that goes down here underneath the alternator and the tensioner wheel as well was about, even with their 50% discount, it was like 90 odd quid. So I wanted to be sure that I'm buying the right things. I wanted to remove them both and have a good look at them, but so far I can't work out how to actually get that off. It's weird, it's like on a rod that goes right the way through to the bit that holds the spring, which is actually at the back of the timing cover area with the alternator, which is annoying. But I thought I could at least get this one off, which I have done, but I very nearly ballsed it up because that's a Torx bit thing, and my Torx tool wasn't a great fit and was almost trying to round off in there. And in the end, it was like having the tool so far out, like it was just wanting to twist out all the time. So in the end, I put an 8mm spanner over that bit and then linked spanners to do it, to crack it off, so that it was turning it really close there and not trying to like roll out. So that's off, and this is definitely goosed. What I'm going to do is actually put the auxiliary belt back in temporarily and not around that, because I think you can, because that wheel hardly touches it. It literally just brushes over the top and there's enough slack in the tensioner to take that up. So I'm going to put the aux belt back on and see what it sounds like, because if it sounds okay without that there, then I know that's the one I need to replace and I don't have to bother buying another one of those, and I should save myself some money. Right, after a lot of struggling, I've got the auxiliary belt back on. Aircon belt isn't on, and I'm not got the lower tensioner on there. I think it must have been just to give additional clearance over this feature here. I don't know, maybe if you back off the throttle there's enough slack for it to catch that. No idea, but anyway, just the idle, just to check whether the noise goes. I'm going to run it without that on there. If the noise goes away, great. It was that is the problem. I can buy one for 40 quid and get another one. If it doesn't go away, then it's probably the tensioner wheel up here, in which case it gets more expensive. Noise is back straight away, so it's got to be that top one then. Slight correction, I say it's got to be that top one. Of course it doesn't. It could be that I swap that and it's still something else to do with either this power steering pump or the air pump or something else going on. So before I buy parts, I might go and do a bit more internet reading and head scratching. Turns out it's a lot easier to get to access of all of this area if you just undo your slam panel, which is just about 8 Torx bolts. Then you undo 3 screws off the top of here these alley ones, lift that flap up, and then you can disconnect the multi-plug to your fans, and the whole assembly just lifts out from above after you've remembered to disconnect that coolant hose from the bottom. Then I've got great access to the whole of this area. I've ordered the bits now. I'm going to remove that. What appears to be quite difficult is getting to the back side of it, because it's right in there and the screw for it is hard up against that, so I haven't worked out how you do it yet. You can just see the bolt is in the middle of the screen now, so that's got to come out in order for the whole rod to slide forwards. So yeah, that'll be fun and games. Don't know whether you're going to be able to see this, but I have started winding that screw out. It cracks off okay with the end of an open-ended screwdriver, and then I've just been progressively undoing it. There you can see it, so I'm just going to keep going and hopefully I can get it out. Got what I suspect to be the culprit out. You can just sort of hear it. Hopefully that's all it is, and I can swap it. I did actually have to undo this other idler off the front to get enough clearance to pull this out, which I didn't appreciate initially, but now it's all off. Just got to wait for the new bits to come and hopefully I can put it back together again and my car will be okay.